This is the deck I was most excited for when Silver Tempest was first announced, and today we're going to see how it actually does. Hey, Nick from 9Card TCG, and today we're going to be playing everybody's favorite rapid or fast moving bear, Rapid Strike Urshifu, with some new cards from Silver Tempest. One of the things that I want to talk about in this is how the game actually, or how the deck functions, its strategy, and why we included the cards we did. Before we get into it, if you haven't already, do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff tells YouTube this is a good channel and other people should watch it. Let's just head over to PTCGO. This is the second video in a row I'm filming because that's what we do when sets release, I guess. Here we are, PTCGO. We got a bunch of Pokemon here. Rapid Strike Urshifu V. Strafe, single fighting energy, hits for 30 damage. You can switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. Cool. 100 Furious Blows. Utilized more often than you might think. 2 fighting and a Colress 150. Beautiful. What we really want to do is use Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX and use the Gale Thrust for a single fighting energy. It does 30 damage, but if we move from the bench to the active during this turn, then we do an extra 120, which is really nice. We're hitting for 150 on things that are fighting weak. We're hitting 300. Choice Belt brings it even higher, so pretty cool. One of the things to keep in mind is that the VMAX has to go from the bench to the active. You cannot take a V and then move it to the active and then evolve and think you're going to do more damage with Gale Thrust, because it's not technically the same Pokemon. The V and VMAX are not the same. VMAX has to go from bench to the active. Cool. That's Gale Thrust. Our main attack in this version of Urshifu, and there's a bunch of different builds of Urshifu you can take, and that's why it's really so incredible, is G-Max Rapid Flow, 2 fighting energy and a Colress, discard all energy attached to this Pokemon, do 120 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. Doesn't sound that great, like when you think about it, considering how many Pokemon have 280 health, 310 health, and you're like, how is doing 120 to 2 different things gonna make a big difference? The answer is Earthen Seal Stone, brand new card from Silver Tempest. Star Gravity is the attack, and when you take this tool card and attach it to one of your V Pokemon, they get to use Star Gravity. For 3 colorless energies, you put damage counters on all of your opponent's Pokemon V, which includes V-Stars, V-Maxes, V-Unions, whatever, until they have 100 damage or 100 health remaining. So you have, say, an Arceus V-Star in your opponent's active, right? 280 health. You use Gravity Star, it takes 180 damage, and it says place damage counters, which means you bypass things like Manaphy. So really cool. I don't care if our opponent has Manaphy, Star Gravity is going to do damage. One of the interesting things about Star Gravity is that its attack is 3 colorless. Now, you have something like Galarian Zapdos V. Fighting Instinct says this Pokemon's attack costs 1 colorless less for each Pokemon V our opponent has in play, which means Thunderous Kick could theoretically attack for just a single fighting energy. But if we attach Earthen Seal Stone to Galarian Zapdos, well, if our opponent has 3 Pokemon V in play, that means Earthen Seal Stone attacks for free. Yes, it attacks for free. The same thing is true of Drapion V. The Pokemon's attacks cost 1 colorless less for each Rapid Strike, Single Strike, or Fusion Strike Pokemon our opponent has in play. The same applies for Earthen Seal Stone, so if we attach an Earthen Seal Stone to Drapion and our opponent has 3 or more Rapid Strike, Single Strike, or Fusion Strike Pokemon in play, we are attacking with Star Gravity for free, which is really, really nice because we don't need the Urshifu VMAX in the active. We can offer up something like a Drapion or a Zapdos, let that get knocked out while we power up our Urshifu. And you're like, okay, Nick, but our opponent just is going to play Manaphy. Yeah, Star Gravity doesn't get blocked by Manaphy, but G-Max Rapid Flow does. Well, that's where we have something like Canceling Cologne. Until the end of your turn, your opponent's active Pokemon has no abilities. So we just play Boss's Orders, bring up that Manaphy into the active, play Canceling Cologne. Now it has no ability, and we're able to hit 2 Pokemon V-Star or V-Maxes or whatever it is we need to do, and take knockouts, because Star Gravity brings them down to 100 health. GMAX Rapid Flow does 120. That's how you can see how this works. The rest of the deck is geared up to making this happen. So this version is the Lost Zone version, where we're going to be using something like Comfey, where we can look at the top 2 cards of our deck, put one into our hand, the other into the Lost Zone, and then Colress's Experiment, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, put 3 in your hand, 2 in the Lost Zone. We cycle through Comfeys and utilize Colress so that we can get 7 cards into the Lost Zone. Once we do, then Mirage Gate becomes active, and it says we can only use this card if you have 7 or more cards in the Lost Zone. If you do, search your deck for 2 basic energies of different types and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you want, which means we can very easily get back-to-back Rapid Flows using combination of our Mirage Gate, Melanie, and also Rapid Strike energies. So we're able to attach to the Urshifu, build it up really quickly, GMAX Rapid Flow, and then the very next turn, Rapid Flow again, or use Gale Thrust very easily, or use a different attacker. So we have a lot of options. Also, Star Gravity says bring it down to have 100 health remaining. Well, guess who does 110 damage for free if we have 4 or more cards in the Lost Zone? Cramorant. So we get to, really make this kind of work for us. If we need an extra turn, we put Star Gravity puts damage onto, say, 3 Pokemon V. Well, Spin Innocently hits the active, there's 2 prizes, the next turn we boss, cancel, clone, Rapid Flow the other 2 Vs or V-Stars, 6 prizes, game in 3 attacks. So, really nice. The rest of the deck is just kind of, like I said, geared towards making all this happen. We have Radiant Greninja as a potential attacker as well. Remember that Moonlight Shuriken does 90 damage to 2 of our opponent's Pokemon, so it's like a mini Rapid Flow, and we do have Galarian Zigzagoon, so we can get to the 10 damage, or we get to the 100 damage with a combination of Moonlight Shuriken and Headbutt Tantrum on the Zigzagoon. Manaphy to protect our own bench, and then a bunch of trainers, Escape Rope, Scoop Up Net, Air Balloon, Switch. Those are all ways of us being able to move our Comfeys around and move our Pokemon around so we can get as many cards into the Lost Zone as possible. Melanie accelerates energies, a little bit of draw. We got a Training Court to recover some energy. That's kind of the whole deck. Some Battle VIP Pass for early turn explosions. Kind of throw a bunch of Pokemon onto our bench and make stuff happen. One of the big things that we need to keep in mind with this deck is, 1, we have to be able to find our Earthen Seal Stone. That's challenge 1. Challenge 2 is using it at a time when our opponent's Pokemon are evolved. If we use Earthen Seal Stone when they're still Vs, Arceus V, for example, has 220 health, which means we put 12 damage counters on it, it goes to 100 health, right? But then when it evolves, that 120 damage that we did now isn't enough for Rapid Flow to KO. So, it goes from having 220 to 280. So it just gained 60 health. So now it has 160 health, which is a little bit more than GMAX Rapid Flow lets us hit for. This deck actually doesn't have a choice belt, so something to keep in mind. I thought it did, but I must have taken it out for the Earthen Seal Stones. Anyway, that's enough about how the deck works. Let's see if we can make it work. Alright, going into the first game, we'll see how it does. We get to choose the coin flip. Okay, we lose. It's okay if we lose the coin flip. If we go second, it gives us the opportunity to use Colress and some Comfeys, attack a Cramorant for free, maybe knock out a Sobble, opposing Comfey, something like that. So, or even just put some damage into a V. This is okay. I'm actually okay with this, because we have a Comfey, we have a Colress. We can at least see, we're gonna see a lot of cards. We're gonna see quite a bit actually. We're playing Blissey probably, just based off the Hyper Potion and the powerful Colress energy. Probably Blissey. So here we can just use Star Gravity immediately. They're not gonna evolve anything. Unless they're playing a tank version of Lugia. Nope, it is the Blissey. So there is a world in which there is a world in which we win. Get rid of this. Actually, I guess we can't realistically do it, huh? That's unfortunate. So we might as well just Colress, right? Quick ball, scoop, switch, fighting. We have a fighting energy enhance. Does kind of stink, but... So now what I'll do is I will get rid of the Mirage Gate for now. Go ahead and get a Comfey, because that's 3 in the Lost Zone. We will Scoop Up Net, send up you. Flower Select. Comfey. I'll take the Mirage Gate, actually. Now we can Air Balloon, retreat, go into you, Comfey. Did I get rid of a VMAX? I did. Okay. So we're going to take you. We'll attach. And that's it. Unfortunately, all we're able to do, but we got enough cards in the Lost Zone where we're able to knock out Miltanks. We got 5 in the Lost Zone. That's pretty good. They get the Greninja. I don't really care about the Greninja too much. I do care about the Dunsparce a lot because that's how I'm going to knock out this Blissey. Gale Thrust will instantly KO a Blissey as long as they don't, even if they put a Cape of Toughness on it, as long as they don't get Dunsparce into play. So that's kind of like my concern. Here comes a Quick Ball, either for a Miltank or Dunsparce. Oh, it's another Blissey. Alright. Alright. I can live with the Blissey. Cape of Toughness. Blissful Blast. Sounds good. Power this bad boy up all you want. It's gonna get KO'd. Colress is a wonderful, wonderful top deck. So, Cram, Scoop, Ultra Ball. We definitely don't need the VIP Pass. Cram is nice for the Miltank. And now we got Mirage Gate ready to go. I think I want to knock out this Blissey first before I do anything else. We'll just Gale Thrust. Don't draw a card, okay. And we'll take 2. Zapdos is okay. And the Water Energy is nice for a nice G-Max Rapid Flow. Now we do have the switch in Air Balloon. We have switch Scoop Up Net. So I can very easily repeat Gale Thrust, KO this Blissey. Here comes a Miltank. Okay, they're going to cape the Miltank, whatever. They're going to draw a bunch of cards, and by a bunch I mean 3. But now they're going to draw, total 5. How many capes are they down? Okay, well, they can power up this Blissey, but again, I am just going to KO it. The Earthen Sealstone doesn't help a ton here. That's okay. So we'll switch. Flower Select. We'll take the Rapid Strike Energy. And we'll just retreat Gale Thrust. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And now, I need them to put down another non-Miltank Pokemon. Because if they do, Rapid Strike, G-Max Rapid Flow is going to do my thing. But they opted to not to with the Capture Energy. Was very smart. Because then Zigzagoon pinged the Greninja Rapid Flow attack. So they're just going to pass. I'm just going to switch into you. Spit innocently. I have an Ultra Ball to get another one. We got a big enough hand. They can hit me with Route. It won't do enough to KO, because it'll do 50 damage, or 70 damage. There's the Blissey. Alright. So, let's go ahead. We're going to use... How much health does this have? 250. Alright. Before we do anything, we can Zigzagoon Ping, Scoop Up, Zigzagoon Ping, Rapid Flow, take 3 prizes. If we have a boss. We did not... we got rid of 1. So as long as 1's not prized, I think we're okay here. Let's go ahead and use the Mirage Gate first. Lumineon is there, and our other boss is prized. Okay. Okay. That's good to know. So we are just going to retreat. We'll get rid of the Rapid Strike energy, I guess. And we'll spit innocently. I don't want to do too much. I don't want to play any cards and then they Hyper Potion, they heal, whatever. There's our boss's orders. So pretty much no matter what, we win. Let's see though. Do they have a way out of this? Because Galataros just KOs this and I have the Zig... Oh, no, they don't. We win. So we just Zigzagoon Ping here. Scoop Up Net. Attach. We can Scoop Up Net the Zigzagoon. Play it here. And then Rapid Flow. Take 3 prizes. That's exactly what this deck wants to do. We didn't use the Earthen Seal Stone, but you know what? You're not always going to in every matchup. So, I had a second game where I played with the Rapid Strike Urshifu tablet, and I went against Vikavolt Drapion Item Lock. And we won that game because of the Earthen Seal Stone. I managed to use it very, very early thanks to Zapdos' ability. I attached it to the Zapdos, attached an energy onto it, and did a lot of damage to their Vikavolt and a Drapion V they had on the bench. And then the next time I was just able to Rapid Flow, take 4 prizes, and then just eventually set up another Rapid Flow while they just continuously tried to Marnie and disrupt me. I don't have the footage because I failed to hit record. Like, I'm the dumbest boy in school. But it happened. I promise it happened. I'm so excited because I was lucky enough to be able to get that tablet early before they started the item lock. So I was able to get the tablet out and then use it right away because they had a couple of V Pokemon in play. And just once I got that Drapion out of play, I was kind of set because Drapion is super dangerous. Drapion V-Star has a V-Star power that lets you just paralyze your opponent's Pokemon, active Pokemon, and poison it, but it takes 3 damage counters. But really, it's the paralyzing that hurts a ton because then they hit you with the whatever it's called, the paralyzing bolt, which prevents you from playing items. So now you take 30 damage from the poison. Then you take... They had 2 Zapdos from Pokemon Go, so they're doing 70 damage. So I take 130 damage over 2 turns with poison and paralysis, and I can't play Escape Rope or Switch. So that would have been super dangerous. So being able to use Star Gravity, get a bunch of damage in play, Rapid Flow the Drapion and their active Vikavolt. Now all I have to do is just either Gale Thrust or 100 Furious Blows or Rapid Flow one more time, and just by virtue of, Marnie and Colress and whatever, I'm going to find energies so that I can just attach slowly. They're not doing nearly enough damage to take a one-shot or to even two, or even, they have to really like 3-shot at the minimum. And then I still have Fighting Instinct on the Galarian Zapdos. I have another Urshifu. Once that happens, oh god, I can talk about it for a while, but honestly, there's no real point. I really wish I hit the record. I thought I hit record, it just didn't go. But man, we'll just wrap this up. So there you have it, Rapid Strike Urshifu, Lost Zone. We have the options to use something like Drapion with the stone. We can use Rapid Strike Urshifu itself with the stone. Doesn't really matter. Sometimes you use it, sometimes you don't, but that's pretty much how this deck works. I hope you enjoyed, found it informative. If you do, like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff, and I will see you on the next one.